A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to tonight's class. I would like to start the class with the prayers. If we can please have a student for this.
N8339.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm good, Jazakumullah. So your ID is N8339, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if you could please start reading this one.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب إني لما أنزلت إلي من خير فقير.
Okay, and translation?
My Lord, I am indeed of whatever good thou mayst send down to me.
Okay, Jazakumullah. And just stay on the line. Sorry, can you just repeat your ID again?
N8339.
Okay, N8339. Great. So I would like you to just read the class etiquettes as well, please.
So before the lesson, before wudu, and cover your head, revise your previous lesson and sit with the adult in a quiet room. Make sure to keep your audio off and video off during the class. And before you log in with the correct ID. During the lesson, listen attentively to the class and recite alongside the online recitation. Do not raise your hand unless requested. After the lesson, revise it and complete your assigned homework in time for the next class. And remember, these classes offer additional support to learning. They are not a replacement for one-to-one learning at home, so don't stop to start reading Quran at home.
Okay, that's very good, mashallah. You explained it in your own terms as well. That's very good. Jazakumullah. So can I have, so is it possible to find out if the student will be reciting something for us just now?
N8329.
Is the previous student was she going to recite something for us, or?
Yes, but she is muted.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll carry on with this student. What's the ID, please?
N8329.
N8329. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Jazakumullah. I'm good. So I would like you to actually, what is the student going to recite?
Surah At-Teen.
Okay. So have you learned that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So just let me write a note. And so when you're ready, can you please start with the Awaz and Tasmiyah nice and slow, okay?
Okay. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wattini wazzaytun. Waturi sinin. Wahadhal baladil amin. Laqad khalaqnal insana fi ahsani taqweem. ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله
بأحكم
الحاكمين.
Bala wa ana la zalikum min shahidin. Jazakumullah. So let's go and open the page and talk about what you have just read. Okay, so this is the surah that you have just recited, mashallah. I've noticed that you have made some mistakes with regards to where it needs to be prolonged. So as you can see, there is a ya here with a sukoon on top, and there's a kasra before underneath the ta. So when that happens, when this combination comes, the kasra and after that a ya with the sukoon, then you prolong it, because then that ya turns into a ya of elongation. So that means it will elongate this ta. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wattini. 2 seconds elongation. And again here as well, the same rule applies, but this time with waw and a dhamma. وَالزَّيْتُونَ. And again here, waw and beforehand, waw with the sukoon and beforehand a dhamma. وَطُورِ. And again here, so there's quite a few areas that you have had to, you were supposed to prolong, but you didn't do it. So try and work on that. There is a ya with the sukoon and a kasra beforehand, another ya with the sukoon on top, and beforehand again a kasra. So all these areas with the ya will be prolonged. Waduri sinin. And then again here as well. Okay. وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ. And so these are mainly the mistakes that you have made prolongation wise, and then towards sort of the middle or the end you were sort of not really sure, not really too sure what was next. So make sure that you brush up on that and make sure that you prolong these ones. Okay,
Okay.
have you learned anything after that?
I've done a few verses of Surah Qadr.
Okay, let me just find out if Surah Qadr, sorry, is Surah Qadr the surah that we have already gone through, or have we gone through them or not yet?
Yeah, we go through the surah.
Okay, so would you like me to, have you learned all of it?
No.
You haven't. Okay, how much have you learned?
I think I know up to verse 4.
Okay, so up to the middle. So that's fine. I can listen to that. Actually, I think I would prefer it if I gave the mic to somebody else now. And there's a reason for that. I'll say Jazakumullah to you first. The reason is, and listen carefully, everybody. As you know, this week you'll have, you might be having, or I'm pretty sure you will, inshallah, be having your exam. And we like to keep it a surprise if we can. So it might be sometime this week, it might be tomorrow, just expect it any day sort of thing. It's definitely not today, so it's a revision day today. So just stay on top of your revision and just be sure that you are preparing nicely and that you're confident so that you can easily do well in your exam, inshallah. So the reason that I'm not going to listen to the student N8329 is because I want to, because of the exam, I want to concentrate more on the ones that have completed the whole thing. So that's why I'm going to just note down that she's done it. But in the meantime, if we could look for another student, please.
A7347.
Yeah, just a minute. Assalamu alaikum. A7347.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. So give me just one moment, and I'm just finishing my note on the previous student. Okay, so what surah is the student going to recite for us?
Surah Shams from verse number 9.
Okay, have you learned it? The whole surah?
I don't know Surah Shams yet.
Oh, have you not learned more than last time?
I've done Surah Duha and Surah Inshirah, Surah Ghashiyah, and Surah Al-Ala.
Okay, so what's the newest one that you've learned?
Surah Duha to verse 10.
So
Previously, he recited up to verse number 5, Surah Duha.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you've learned the whole thing, or up to verse 10? Did you say?
Up to verse 9, not 10. Sorry.
Okay, so you have learned a little bit more. Is that all that you've managed, or have you learned anything else?
That's it.
Okay, that's okay. We'll listen to that. Let me write that down. So Surah Duha. Okay. So when you're ready, then please start with Ta'awuz and Tasmiyah, nice and slow, okay?
Should I start from the beginning?
Yes, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولو سوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فأوى
Is that or do you know more?
ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلتقهر.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. So Jazakumullah for that. So you have read up to verse 10, up from here to here. Let me note that down. So you have done that, and I do have to say that you have made quite a few mistakes. Who have you been revising with?
My mom.
And have you both been listening to a recitation, or have you just been learning off the Quran?
We've just been learning off the Quran.
Okay. So how come you haven't listened to any recitation? Is there a specific reason? You don't know where to find them, or why did
No, I just learned it from the Quran.
Okay, but remember what I said about it's better to learn it from listening to a professional recitation online, and also reading it at the same time on your Quran. It's better because when you don't listen to a professional recitation and you learn it by yourself, maybe with your parents or somebody else, then there's more of a chance that you'll make a mistake because you just trying to do your best, but obviously, none of the teachers are there to correct you at that minute. and we all can make mistakes. So it's better. So from now on, please, it's not long left until this course finishes, only 3 weeks or something. So from now on, please use this time to listen to the recitation online. You can find them anywhere you look, you will find them. You'll find them on YouTube, you'll find them on Al-Islam webpage, you will find them on the MTA Online 1 a YouTube account. You can find them anywhere really. And you just listen to them, and while you're listening, you just go over with your finger on the words, and you just go over and read them as well. And inshallah, you'll have less mistakes. Now, the mistakes you've made, there were quite a few of them, and mostly they were related to prolongation as well, just like the last student. So what I would like you to do is, have you listened to the previous, what I told the previous student, the girl? Did you listen? Were you listening?
Yes.
Yeah. So you might have heard that when I was telling the girl before you, when I was telling the Nasirat where to prolong and all these things. So in this surah, there are quite a lot of, or maybe even almost every single verse ends on a long sound, 2-second sound. So as you can see, there is this sign that looks like an alif. It's not an alif, it's actually a fatha that's been made to stand up, sort of. So it's a vertical fatha. When the fatha turns vertical, it makes a 2-second elongation. So we will, everywhere where you see this sign, we will be prolonging that for 2 seconds. So here and here and here, here as well, and there as well, here as well. I don't know why it's not marking now. I think it's frozen. Oh no, it's not frozen. Okay. This one and this one. I'm sure I've missed somewhere, but I'm just doing. There's 2 right here as well. There's quite a few in this surah. And then there's this vertical fatha. So if you just even look at the vertical fathas, there are quite a few of them. So that's 2 seconds each. 2 seconds elongation, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. And these are just the vertical fathas. Now, apart from that, there's extra long elongations in here as well. As you can see, this wavy line, it's called a mad kabira, and it's a 4 to 6 elongated sound. Elongation, 4 to 6 seconds. So this dod, this is actually not a alif. This is just sort of a stand for this sign. This is not an alif. This is the sign is trying to be on top of the dod. So we prolong this dot for 4 to 6 seconds, and the same applies to this ain. This we will prolong for 4 to 6 seconds, because there is also a mad kabira right next to it. And then there is another one here right next to the scene. We will prolong this one for 4 to 6 seconds as well. So when you take these into account, if you read them correctly, you should not be done reading the surah really quickly in like a second. So then what else have we got? Then we have all the alifs of elongation. Alifs of elongation are when you see an alif and beforehand the letter has a fatha, like this one. So then this letter will be made to be prolonged. So there are quite a few as well here. There's the alif of elongation, before it is a fatha. Then there is an alif of elongation, there is a fatha before, and there is, I'm sure there's quite a few more that I might have missed. Here, there's the meme, the alif of elongation. Sorry, no, this is not a fatha, this is a double stroke. So as you can see, there's quite a few. Now, this is only alif of elongation. There are also ya of elongations. Ya of elongation is the letter ya with the sukoon coming beforehand with the kasra. So when this happens, then this will be prolonged for 2 seconds, this ta. And where else will it be prolonged? Let's have a look. Have I lost you, or are you still listening?
I'm still here.
Okay. Is this confusing, or is this making sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then there is this ya of elongation also, which comes beforehand with the kasra. And then we have this lam with a kasra, with a fatha, followed by a sideways alif right next to it. So this alif is the alif of elongation, and it will make this lam long. Same applies to this one. But I know that you've only learned up to here, so we'll not mark that one. So yeah, so these are the things, and I'm sure that there's more maybe that I have not done. But what do you say? I'm going to recite this, and you're going to recite after me, just to see how it should kind of sound. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
All the other students that are hopefully listening in a nice quiet room with a grown-up attentively, I want you to, even if you don't have the mic, I want you to repeat after me, okay? And before I start this, I'm going to create a breakout room. I've got all the participants already chosen, and they'll be going, I think I've got 5 participants, so they'll be going with the teacher into... sorry, did you also get an invitation?
Yes.
Oh, right. No, you don't need to accept the invitation if you're already doing this here. But all the other ones, please, if you can just accept the invitation and go in the room, the breakout room, and do the same practice with the teacher. So everybody else, even if you don't have the mic, repeat after us. I mean, after me, as the student does. And we're going to start now. Okay, ready?
Can you enlarge your screen, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now
ready?
it's better. Yeah.
Okay. Are you still there? A7347?
Yes.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Can you recite?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Okay. I want you to pronounce each and every letter separately, and I want you to say it clearly, okay? Nice and mouth, wide open if you need to, but say it clearly. And this lam, I know this is the name of Allah, but if beforehand there's a kasra, a line underneath, then we don't say it in a thick way. We won't be saying billahi. This is not right. Only if there is a line on top of the letter before. So as this is not the case, we'll be saying it in a normal way. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Okay, excellent. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Okay, very good. Wadduha.
Wadduha.
وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى.
وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى.
This is, sorry, I forgot to make this, to highlight this. Alif and fatha together makes the alif into elongated letter. So, وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى.
وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى.
Excellent. ما ودعك ربك وما قلى.
ما ودعك ربك وما قلى.
Okay, so you have prolonged the qaf, but the qaf doesn't have an alif with it. This is a lam. So we won't be prolonging this qaf, but we will be prolonging the mim because it comes with the fatha and ألف. ما ودعك ربك وما قلى.
ما ودعك ربك وما قلى.
Much better. وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى.
وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى.
Yes, don't prolong the scarf, okay? وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى.
والآخرة وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى.
Okay, that was better, but this ra won't be prolonged, okay? آخرة. ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى.
ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى.
Good. ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى.
ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى
ووجدك ضالا فهدى.
ووجدك ضالا فهدى.
This is extra long prolongation. ووجدك ضالا فهدى.
ووجدك ضالا فهدى.
Well done. ووجدك عائلا فأغنى.
ووجدك عائلا فأغنى.
فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر.
فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر.
Okay, so I have just noted that I have highlighted this meme. If it wasn't connected to this next lam, if this lam wasn't there, if it was covered and we could only see this, then we would prolong this meme. But because it's connected to this lam with the sukoon, we will not prolong this alif and we will jump straight from the meme mushaddad to this lam. So wherever you see a meme with this shadda sign, this will still be prolonged in the mouth, the sound that makes it in the mouth when it's closed. فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ.
فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر.
Yatiman, it's not yatiman, it's yatima. فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر.
فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر. فأما
اليتيم فلا تقهر. وأما السائل فلا تنهر
وأما السائل فلا
فلا
تنهر
وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث
وأما بنعمة ربك
فحدث.
فحدث.
Okay, that was a lot better, mashallah. So when you do this again at home with your mom, sorry? Oh, right, okay. So when you do this sort of revision again at home with your mom, I want you to, like you just listen to me and you repeat it, I want you to listen to a recitation online or on MTA or on Al-Islam. You can find them anywhere if you look for them. And I want you to repeat after them, maybe pause it and unpause, pause and play. And I want you to take the time and do this, and that will really help you, I think. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, Jazakumullah for that. Now can we move on to another student, please?
Yes, sure. N8346.
N8346. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, how are you today?
I'm good.
Okay, have you been listening attentively?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. What will she be reciting for us?
Surah Alam Nashrah.
Okay, so have you learned it?
Yeah. But I think I have done Surah Deen as well.
Okay, so shall we listen to this one first?
Yeah.
This Surah Al-Inshirah, it starts with Alam Nashrah Laka. So when you're ready, then you can start. Make sure that you do it nice and slow, and you start with the Abuz and Tasmiyah, okay?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك تنزل ورفعنا عنك وزرك لك ذكرك الذي أنقض ظهرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا وإذا يسرا وإذا فرغت فانصب وإذا ربك فارغب.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Let me just note down that you've done this. And let's talk about this one then. Okay, so basically you've made mistakes as well. I think before I explain everything I've just explained, I want you to just repeat after me and we'll just do it like that, okay? Make sure that you pay attention to how I'm doing it, because you muddled up a few of the words and you sort of didn't pronounce them correctly, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
do you think you can just repeat after me? Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله
No. That's one thing that many students do wrong. They say A'udhu Billah. It's not A'udhu Billah. There's an ayn as well. A'udhu Billah.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Well done. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Forgot that you're reciting after me. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay. Let me make this bigger. ألم نشرح لك صدرك.
ألم نشرح لك صدرك.
So that's the mistake that you said. I think you said something like Alam Nash. I'm not even sure what you said. But can you read this yourself? Look at the page and read it off the page, not by your heart.
ألم نشرح لك صدرك.
Okay, so there is a ha here. We can't forget about this ha. Alam nashrah laka sadrak.
ألم نشرح لك صدرك.
That's better. ووضعنا عنك وزرك.
ووضعنا عنك وزرك.
Well done. الذي أنقض ظهرك.
الذي أنقذ ظهرك.
It's a bit prolonged for about 2 to 4 seconds.
الذي أنقذ ظهرك.
ورفعنا لك ذكرك.
ورفعنا لك ذكرك.
Okay, but don't say zikrak because then that turns the kaf into a kalkula letter, which is not. The qaf is a kalkula letter, not kaf. ورفعنا لك ذكرك.
ورفعنا لك ذكرك.
Okay. فإن مع العسر يسرا.
فإن مع العسر يسرا.
Okay, this is one thing that you were saying. You said usri usra or something like that. Usri is fine because it's ain, but then yusra, there's a ya here. So فإن مع العسر يسرا.
فإن مع العسر يسرا.
Okay, that's much better. إن مع العسر يسرا.
إن مع العسر يسرا.
فإذا فرغت فانصب.
فإذا فرغت فانصب.
This is a calcula letter, so make a calcula jumping sound. فإذا فرغت فانصب.
فإذا فرغت فانصب.
فرغت
فانصب. فانصب.
وإلى ربك فارغب.
وإلى ربك فارغب.
Okay, good. That's much better. So same thing for you as well as the previous student. Listen to a recitation online or on TV and just simply say it, recite it after the person, okay?
Yeah.
So did you say that you know the next one or something as well?
Yeah, Surah Teen.
You know all of it?
I think so.
Okay. You haven't, no, I'm sure that you haven't done this. Okay, so I'm going to listen to this. If you can just start with Tabuz and Tasmiyah again, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. ثم رددناهم أسفل سافلين. إن الذين آمنوا
ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين. Not home. ثم رددناه.
ثم رددناه وأسفل سافلين. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات ولهم أجر غير ممنون.
Fama.
Pardon?
Fama.
فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
Okay, mashallah, that was much better than the last one. The recitation was much better. I want to say, however, that, let me have a look. You have mixed up some of the letters with others. So as you can see, the bit with illalazina, I think you said innalazina, and where it was, what was the other one? I'm not entirely sure what the other one was. Do you mind just reading it off the page from here, please?
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون.
Yes.
فما يكذبك بعد بالدين
Yeah.
أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
Okay, so I think it was this one and this one. I think you said something like mamnoon or something, but make sure it's mamnoon. Okay, ajrun ghayru mamnoon, and this one is you didn't. Well, this is also thickly pronounced, but also elongated because of the vertical fatha. So make sure that you prolong it for 2 seconds. Alaysa Allahu.
أليس الله.
Okay, that's much better. Jazakumullah. So let me write down that you have complete. Have you learned anything after this as well?
No.
Okay, that's fine. And you have done Al-Teen. Okay, well done. Okay, Jazakumullah. So can we have another student now, please?
Yes, sure. A7310.
A7310. Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, Jazakumullah. So what's this student going to recite for us?
Surah Duha.
Have you learned it?
Yeah, I know all of the surahs.
You know all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah. Okay, that's great. So we shall be listening to them. So you will be starting with Surah Ad-Duha.
Yeah.
And so nice and slow. Take your time. Don't speed through it. And you can start when you're ready, okay?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يؤتيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فعافى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر فأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث.
Okay, mashallah. I have to say that's mashallah really good. Your tilawat and your recitation and your pronunciation, mashallah, is really, really good. It sounds very Arabic. So well done. It was very nice listening to this. You have made some minor mistakes that I want you to work on. So I could just, I'm not sure if I misheard something in the beginning, but I felt like you said, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Wallayli idha faja. Did you say faja?
No, it's in Fajr.
Okay, with scene. That's fine. Sharp scene, like the letter S. And then in the end, I heard that you did. Okay. وَوَجَدَكَ إِلَى let me have a look. I think it was sort of more towards the last few. The one that I can remember now is you prolonged this lam, but
Oh.
it's only 1 second. وَأَمَّا السَّائِلَ. So that's that one. And yeah, like I said, just minor things that you just look out for them and make sure that you don't make those mistakes. I really enjoyed listening to your tilawat. You have really good potential to do really well, inshallah. So should we listen to the next one now?
Yeah, is it Surah Al-Inshirah?
That's right. Do you speak any other languages apart from English?
No.
All right. Okay.
I mean, yeah, Urdu as well, yeah.
Urdu. Okay, because your pronunciation is really good, you know, with the ra. Very spot on, mashallah. Well done. So who do you practice with?
No one, just myself. When I'm in home, I just read it out loud.
Okay. And do you mind me asking how old are you?
15.
15. Okay. I think you're doing really well, mashallah. Carry on the good work. So I'm going to note down that you've done a dua. And the next one is Al-Inshirah. Okay. Just a second. Just keeping his notes up to date. Okay, yeah, so you can start when you're ready.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب.
Okay, that was really good as well, mashallah. So towards the end again, I'm probably going to forget, but let me just have a look again, because I had it open on a different device. Yeah, so one thing you have to remember is when there is a ra with a fatha, then that's the letter that you have to say in a thick way, like you have been saying really nicely, mashallah. So alam nashrah laka. However, if that same letter, if that ra is here, it doesn't have a fatha, it has a kasra, then you don't say it in a thick way. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. So you say the second ra in a thick way, but you don't say this ra in a thick way because it doesn't have a sign on top. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and also let me have a look. I think you did the kalkala here, but I think just to make it more pronounced, might be better to just say it a little bit more clearly, I guess. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانصَبْ, like that. And then also here again. I think that's about it. Yeah. Have you learned ikhfa and izhar?
No, I think so, no.
Okay. So ikhfa and izhar is basically, I know we don't have that much time left now, but basically is when you see a noon with a sukoon. Where did I see one just now? Here. A noon with a sukoon, or you see a tanween. of double strokes of any kind, double stroke fatha, double stroke kasra, or double stroke dhamma. When you see these, then when it depends what the next letter is. So in this case, it's a sod after the noon with the sukoon. So there are letters, sod is one of the letters, that when there is a sod after this, then you will say the noon. You'll do like in a nasal sound, you'll say it in a nasal sound, sort of like a half noon. Fan sub, like this. Fan sub, not fan sub. So fan sub, like this. You can look it up, but it's actually not that difficult. In the beginning, it might feel difficult. It did for me. But there are letters that you can learn. There are 6 letters, actually 7. But basically, they are alif, hamza. But alif and hamza are sort of one because they make the same sound. So alif and then hamza, ha, kha, ain, ghain, and ha. So when you see any of them come after this noon with the sukoon or tanween, then you'll say the noon fully. You'll say the whole thing. So I don't know if does that make sense, or I just don't have any like I don't have any, and I'm sort of running out of time. Don't have any where I could just look it up now. What I mean, just like maybe we can talk about this a little bit more. But I think if you look it up, you'll find ikhfa and izhar, it's called, and you can find it. I think you should be able to find it on the NQC website as well. And yeah, so it's just about the nasal sound of the noon, when it's made as a full noon sound and when it's made as a sort of half, sort of like a nasal sound. So that's basically what it is. And if you do that, then your tilawat can sound even, even better. It'll get much better, inshallah. So let me write this down. You have done al-inshira, al-duha.
Can I also read Ateen?
Yeah, sure. Just a second. Okay.
And this is the last surah, right, Ateen?
I'm sorry?
Is Ateen the last surah?
Let me just have a look. Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is, right here. So I'll listen to this. I think we only have time for this. So you start when you're ready, okay?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والتين والزيتون والطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
Okay, Jazakumullah. So you have made some minor mistakes. The first one that I can remember now is where is it? Here, I think you prolong this lam again, like you did with the other one. Don't prolong this lam, asfala, not asfala. And also, I'm not sure if you prolonged the star, but you did prolong something. I think you said mamnoon. So don't prolong this meme because it's not a meme mushaddad. It doesn't have a shadda on top. So it's only 1 second. Mamnoon. And also, I remember in the beginning when I was learning from Hifz in his classes, he said to me that I should be careful that sometimes when I'm trying to recite in a certain tune, then it's possible that I can maybe stretch something to fit my tune, but that shouldn't happen because then we make a mistake. So try not to do that, because I think towards the end you were sort of prolonging things that weren't supposed to be prolonged just to fit in the tune. The tune isn't as important as the pronunciation, so try and fit the tune around the pronunciation, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so I think that was good. We have actually come to the end of the class. So mashallah, that was really good. Jazakumullah for that. I am sorry whoever wasn't able to, because I took quite some time today with some of the students, and I'm sorry for those that really wanted to and had prepared but didn't get the chance to. I apologize, but inshallah, hopefully maybe tomorrow or the other days you'll get a chance. But like I said, your exam is inshallah this week. It might be tomorrow, it might be any other day. Just be prepared. So I'd like to finish with the prayer at the end of the after what am I saying? The prayer at the end of the class, and this is the homework. Just memorize and revise whatever you've learned, and so Surah Fatiha, Surah. Actually, I'm not sure off the top of my head which one, but all these ones. Surah 1, Surah 87, 88, 91, 93, 94, 95. So that's that. And please, can we have somebody to recite the prayer?
N8348.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. N8348. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So as we have reached end of the class, just maybe let's have a look. Just this one, please.
Okay. Should I start with Darwaz and Tasmiyah?
Maybe just, I'm not sure if we need it for this one, but just in case, just start with Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas sami'ul alim. O Allah, accept this effort and service from us, for you are the most hearing, the most knowing.
Okay, Jazakumullah, Ahsan Jaza. Wish you all the best with all your studies and all your Quran recitation learning. Inshallah, I'll speak to you next Monday. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.